911, what's your emergency?
I'm freaking out. I can't stop watching these videos. This guy won't let me turn it off.
Sir, what are you talking about?
He's this big bald guy. He's raising his hands up in the shape of horns. What is that about?
Oh boy, we've got a code 666.
What the hell is that?
Mother, man.
All right, welcome to Murder Metal Mayhem and another episode of 666 Seconds of Murder. And you guys know what that means. That means this video is going to be less than 11 minutes and 6 seconds or 666 seconds. And no one out there is going to give you a guarantee like this. If I don't get it done in that amount of time, it's free. All right. Now, don't forget, real quick, like the video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and comment with your thoughts and ideas. Helps the video get out there to more people. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'll be giving my thoughts and ideas about this case. I'm not saying anybody is guilty, and everything I say is alleged. Now, when it comes to the Idaho 4 case, there appears to be just no end in sight as we continue to find issues with what is written in these police documents. Last week, we got some pictures, the first batch of pictures from the crime scene. They're not official, like, crime scene pictures. They're taken by the police officers, apparently, with their cell phones. Not sure exactly how that all works, but that's what we got. My first impression when looking at the pictures is that it's a big deal about nothing. I mean, they're just lame as hell. I mean, just as I figured they would be. And as my thumbnail said, I had a messier scene in my bathroom the last time I cut myself shaving than I saw in any one of those pictures. I mean, shaving your head daily means, I get cuts now and then. So I'm an expert on that, and head wounds create a whole bunch of red fluid and are very hard to stop. So let's consider what sort of damage these victims had. And you're talking about not a nick on the head. We're talking about dozens of stab wounds, slashes, gouges, as they've been described. And if we're to believe that, then those walls would have been painted red. And those bedrooms are very small. There would have been cast off, and it would have been everywhere. Okay. You would have had to blur the whole picture out if they went like they claim they did. According to Kathy Mabbitt, the coroner, they were in a fight for their lives. So not only are they bleeding, but you got somebody fighting with you. You're banging into stuff. Nothing appears disturbed. There's that beer pong table with the cups still there. I mean, nobody looks like they were fighting in that house, at least not in the pictures that we saw. What I saw was, a few droplets on the floor. We know that from what we've been told that Xana and Kaylee apparently fought back and had defense wounds. We don't see anything really from any of that. I mean, that's what they call a messy scene. I mean, this is just straight bullshit. There was a picture of what we were told is Xana's room, and there's something blurred out on the bed. It doesn't appear to be large enough to be Ethan, and there does appear to be some red fluid on the mattress, but not nearly what an arterial wound would cause, like they've described with Ethan in the neck. And the walls and ceilings would be dripping with it. I mean, it's gory, I know, and it's harsh, but this is true crime, and this is reality, and sometimes it's not pretty, okay? Now, when I think of brutal crime scene pictures, I go back to the Manson trial, the Helter Skelter book. I've mentioned that before. When my mom was reading it, I would sneak and look at it and look at some of the pictures and be just, wow. But, this is extreme violence that we saw in those pictures. I mean, we saw all the red stuff all over the walls, messages to the police, bodies in the pictures, very visible. So you could see their placement within the scene. And I'm not saying that just because 1969 American values may differ greatly from today, but in common decency, I could agree to just scale it back a little bit. I mean, in those pictures, we saw a very pregnant Sharon Tate covered in red stuff with a rope around her neck. I mean, I'm not asking for that because that's sick, and I don't think people need to see that. But I think they need to show us more in these pictures because this just adds to the mystery and the rumors and the fakeness of this whole damn thing. Now, the way the pictures came out, along with the other police reports, it just seems like someone wanting to distract us from what's really going on here. I mean, this is either a parallel investigation and we're not supposed to see the real thing. We're getting kind of like a watered down version of what's true, or it's just a full scale travesty of justice and the wrong man is in an Idaho prison thanks to an orchestrated frame job. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm telling you, when it comes to the Idaho 4 in Delphi, I honestly don't know how the rest of the world doesn't agree with me in saying something is just off here. That's both cases. Nothing makes a bit of sense. I create and write stories that involve characters. Some are simple and some are complex, but they have to be real or the entire story falls apart. It's like when I watch a movie or a TV show, if I can visualize the actor reading the lines off a sheet of paper, then I'm reaching for the remote because I can't watch it. But if they come off as real, then I think that's good acting and that certainly would get my attention. Now, another thing that I noticed in those useless pictures was a police officer in the background of one of them. He wasn't in any sort of protective gear whatsoever. And as I previously stated, when I was working before retirement, I was in a field where anyone in the work area had to strip down to their underwear and put on a white Tyvek suit, head cover, beard cover, gloves, face shield, safety glasses, all of it. I'm not saying that's required here, but I mean at least a Tyvek suit and a hair cover. But I'm not a police officer. But I'm thinking if I'm walking around in a house of a quadruple homicide, the whole house is a crime scene. And I shouldn't be walking around there in my police uniform. To me, that's just obvious. Now, this just goes to show, to me at least, the utter disregard the Moscow PD had for this case. I mean, maybe that's due to the feds coming in here and telling them, get lost, we're taking over. I mean, the feds don't care how the Moscow PD looks to the rest of the world, so maybe that's how it turned out. I mean, all the while, though, they were the ones handling the investigation. And what sort of investigation could possibly lead to Brian Kohberger? I mean, they've already told us they had no evidence putting him there, putting him near the house, any interaction with those victims whatsoever. So, I mean, either BK was on someone's shit list and is being set up, or he's getting one hell of a bonus and a promotion and will change his identity and witness protection for the rest of his life. No one will miss him at the prison. He'd just be forgotten. Now, I don't know what I believe anymore with this case. I mean, these are just ideas. I'm not saying that any of this stuff is what really happened. I'm just saying it's always possible. And this is not, like a new theory or anything. I'm just posing this idea of, what do you guys think? So leave me a comment. Let me know down below. And always love to hear your feedback. And don't miss my live tomorrow. That's Thursday, August 14th. I'm telling you, me, A.R. Hayes, and Lee from Devil's Advocates. It's going to be great. We're going to be talking some Idaho 4. We're going to talk about BK in prison. His AR can give us the real deal. Some crime scene pictures we'll talk about, and more. So you want to be there for that. That's tomorrow, Thursday, August 14th, 7 p.m. Central. I'd like to thank the membership here at the channel, the members of the Horns High Club and the Mayhem Squad. Great supporters. Great to have you guys in my corner. And I appreciate everybody who watches these videos. And I'll see you next time.
Nine one.